In this video, I'm showing you everything I'm packing for my trip to Japan. Packing for Japan is a little different than other destinations, so instead of using a specific method or system like I've talked about in some of my previous packing videos, I'm just going to take you through my entire packing process from start to finish. Also, this will be my first trip to Japan, so if you've been there before and you have some awesome packing tips for me, let me know in the comments. And a special thank you to everyone who provided so many great tips over on my YouTube community post. There is a wealth of information over there, so if you do have an upcoming trip, go take a read through some of those great comments. You guys are the best. Before I start packing for any trip, there are some things I need to think about and decisions that need to be made to help guide the process. So I'm going to go over those now. The first decision I made was that I'm going to do this trip with just a carry-on and a personal item. So that guides my whole packing strategy, knowing that I only have this amount of space. I'll talk about what bag I'm bringing in a second. Next, my trip is 20 days, so about 3 weeks, and I'm planning to do laundry every 4 to 5 days. I'll be there in the month of October, and my itinerary includes some traveling around, so I'll be visiting Tokyo, Hakone, Kyoto, Kinosaki Onsen, and Kanazawa. So weather-wise, I looked at the historical weather data over the last 5 years, and so I should expect temperatures in the range of 15 to 30 degrees. So I'll definitely have to pack some seasonably flexible clothing. And of course, Japan is one of those destinations where it's fun to shop and buy things, which I am of course planning on doing. So I'll need to save some space, but I'm also probably going to use the dirty duffel luggage method. Let's start with the luggage that I'm bringing. I decided to go with my soft-sided carry-on from Away. There's a few reasons I'm choosing this particular one for my trip to Japan. It's got 4 wheels, which I think is going to be better than 2 wheels because with 4 wheels, I can keep the suitcase close to me. This will be important because it could be busy and crowded in some places, and I want to be respectful by not dragging it too far behind me and accidentally running over someone's toes. It's got the top open design as opposed to clamshell, so this will be very useful in the small hotel rooms because they don't take up as much space when they're fully opened. I love the compression pad feature that many of the clamshell bags have, and this was one of the few lid open designs that actually had one. It's also expandable, so this allows you to pack it with the expansion opened up and then use that to cinch it down like one big packing cube. The weight of this bag is about 9 pounds, which is a little on the heavy side. For me, this is going to be fine because the flights that I'll be on, they don't have weight restrictions for carry-on. And once fully packed, it will probably weigh a little over 20 pounds. I'll get to that later on in the video. I'm able to lift that into the overhead bin and carry it up and down stairs, especially because I'll be using a backpack as my personal item bag. However, if you're watching this because you want to know which carry-on to take to Japan, if that's too heavy for you or if you have weight limits to deal with, the most similar bag that I would choose and recommend would be the soft-sided bag by the brand Antler. It weighs only 4.1 pounds. It's a bit smaller, but that means it is more size compliant on more airlines, and it does have the top open design. There's just no compression pad. So if I needed to pack a much lighter bag and something that would fit on more airlines, I would choose the Antler soft-sided. For my personal item, I'm going to use the base backpack. It's expandable and has lots of different handles and pockets. I'm planning to use this mostly for my plane essentials and all my electronics and small items. Then I'll need a day bag, and I'm currently trying to decide between these two. This one is backpack style, and it is a little bigger, so it can hold more items. Or this black one, which is obviously a little bit smaller, and it's sling bag style, and it can be worn on either side. But I really like how it's got 2 large main compartments, and then the hidden zipper on the back. Anyway, I'm undecided, so let me know in the comments to help me choose. I mentioned that I'm planning to buy a lot of things once I'm there. I'm not going to pack an extra bag because I don't want to drag it around with me, so I'll just buy one once I'm there, and then I'll check that on the way home. But what I'll do is on the way home, I'll fill that bag with all of my clothes and anything I consider less valuable, and then all my precious Japan souvenirs will be with me in my carry-on. This is basically the dirty duffel method, which I've referred to in some of my previous videos. Okay, I'm bringing 2 pairs of shoes. They're both white, but slightly different, so they go with everything. You really can't go wrong with some white sneakers. I'm expecting to be walking a lot, so comfortable footwear is really important. And these shoes also slip on and off easily, which will be important because I'll be taking my shoes off a lot. I don't own any waterproof shoes, and I didn't feel like trying to find some before this trip. I know a lot of you had recommended that, so I'll see how it goes and I'll report back in my unpacking video. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. All right, next is clothing. So I'm going to bring a pair of black shorts from Athleta. I also have a pair of black pants, also from Athleta. These are super soft and comfortable, and I love how they have zippered pockets, and they also look a little more elevated and chic, so I can dress them up or down. My wide leg crop jeans, although they're not really jeans, they're more like stretchy material, and these are really nice and flowy and breezy even on warmer days. And a pair of green crop pants from Eddie Bauer. I'm going pretty light on the t-shirts. I'm going to bring 2 black shirts, a navy shirt, and a white t-shirt. One of the black shirts will be my ultralight merino wool t-shirt, which is my favorite thing to wear on a 10-hour flight. And I'm planning to buy a couple of tops, so I don't want to pack too much here. I'm going to pack my beige cardigan, and I couldn't decide between these dusty rose and black long sleeve button-up shirts, but honestly, they pack down really flat. They're very lightweight, so I think I'm going to bring both. This red merino wool sweater will be a last-minute decision. I'll check the weather the day before I leave to see if I need it or not. My flight and travel day pants will be the departure pants from Eddie Bauer. These are very lightweight, they're quick dry, and they pack down super flat. They're also nice black pants that I think could be dressed up if I needed to, and my black lightweight merino sweater. 1 pair of pajamas, mostly because I think a lot of the hotels provide sleepwear and slippers. 5 pairs of socks, 5 pairs of underwear, a few bras, and my cakes, and a lightweight packable rain jacket. I don't think I'm going to pack a swimsuit because you bathe in the nude in the onsens. Okay, on to toiletries. Normally, I would bring my beloved tripped toiletry bag, but I'm actually going to bring this bag, which is just a cheaper Amazon one, just in case I find something really cute and I want to buy that, then I can just ditch this. And for actual toiletries, I'm going to go pretty lightweight because a lot of these items will be available in the hotels that we're staying in. But I've got my toothbrush, toothpaste tablets, floss, face cleansing squares. This is my daily SPF. There's some left in here and I'll just buy a bit more when I'm there. A bit of makeup, as well as ibuprofen because I heard it was hard to find there. Deodorant. One of the big tips I came across was to bring enough deodorant because it's harder to find Western-style deodorant in Japan. I like my crystal stick. This will last me several months. I think the unscented one is going to be a good choice for Japan as well. I like this because it doesn't count as a liquid. You just wet it a bit before you apply it. Now, I've heard from some of you that it doesn't work, and it may not work for all body types, but I think a lot of people don't realize is that you need to cover a lot more area than you would with more conventional style of deodorants, like the Lady Speed Stick or Old Spice. You just kind of have to overemphasize the area that you're putting it on, and for Chris and I, it works great, and we haven't had any complaints so far. And speaking of Chris, he's going to be bringing the bottle of contact lens solution in his bag so that we can share.
Well, I guess I am.
And other than that, I think I'll be able to buy everything else that I need. All right, so now let's talk about some electronics and flight items and a few random items. And this will be everything I'm packing into my personal item bag. So I'll start with packing whichever day bag I choose. Then my laptop. I don't need an extra charger since it's USB-C. My travel pillow. Then I've got my film camera. Yes, we shoot film photography, and Chris is actually working on a video all about how we shoot film and video, so that's coming out soon. My power bank, I'm bringing this in case I need it on the plane, and yes, they're allowed. A couple of USB-C cables. Also these Bluetooth trackers. These are basically AirTags, but for Android phones. I can use these for my carry-on, or when we check a bag on the way home, or even if we end up using a locker at a train station for a few hours so we don't forget where we stored our bags. This is my charging station from Epica. I can charge 5 devices at once, and I love how it has its own little case. This is my little Gorilla Pod tripod. I'll be bringing my noise-canceling earbuds and the Bluetooth adapter. This is my little Ring remote. I actually use this at the gym when I'm on the treadmill or Stairmaster to scroll social media or turn pages on my ebook, but it also works great as a remote for taking pictures and selfies. This is my square water bottle, which packs so much better than a round water bottle. And in this little pouch, I put a few things like electrolytes and body wipes, band-aids, and blister patches. My cork massage ball for rolling out knots, sore muscles, and feet. Compression socks. I finally found a pair that doesn't go past my kneecaps. I like this sunscreen moisturizer for the plane. I'm bringing a roll of doggy poop bags to hold my trash until I can dispose of it. Sunglasses and a case. And of course my passport and wallet and phone. And this is my lightweight rain jacket that packs down into its own pocket. Okay, quick edit. After I filmed this and put this all together, I realized I wanted to make a couple of changes, which is why it is so important to try all of your outfits on. I really like the look and feel of my black Athleta pants. They're great travel pants, and I actually own a navy pair as well. So I'm going to bring those, and I'm going to remove the wide leg jeans and my other black travel pants from Eddie Bauer. I just wasn't totally feeling the wide leg jeans, and the blue Athleta pants, I can wear those on the plane, but also dress them up if I need to. And because I'm bringing navy pants now, I'm going to remove my blue t-shirt that I packed, and I'm just gonna bring black and white t-shirts and then shop for some fun tops once I'm there. So in total, I'm adding 1 pair of pants, but removing 2 pairs of pants and removing 1 t-shirt. So I'm actually bringing a little bit less, so my bag should be a little bit lighter. Okay, back to the video. There's also a few important apps that I've downloaded on my phone. I'll be using the Saily eSIM, and since I've used it on previous trips, all I have to do is just top it up with some data. I downloaded the Go Taxi app in case we need a taxi because I heard that that's better than Uber. And like I mentioned, I don't have an iPhone, so we will have to buy our Suica cards when we get to the airport. If you do have an iPhone though, you can just download the Suica card and load it up with money before you leave. And I booked a lot of our tours and activities through Viator and Get Your Guide and Klook, so I have these apps ready to go on my phone. Now, there are a few more things that I will probably need and use, but I'm not going to pack them because I would prefer to just buy them once I'm in Japan. So that's going to be an umbrella, a little coin purse. I'm going to need one, but I think that makes a great souvenir, so I don't want to bring one. And then a small hand towel for drying hands in public washrooms, as well as a little reusable tote bag. So that's everything I'm bringing for 3 weeks in Japan. Let me know if you think I'm forgetting something or if there's stuff that I'm packing that I don't need. And be sure to follow along on social media because I'll be sharing all of our Japan adventures. And of course, please subscribe so you don't miss the Unpack With Me video to see how it all went. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.